sabes que yo necesito dinero para yo salir hoy por la noche. Ya tú sabes lo que va. I ain't living on mi casa if there's no money. No, I don't fuck with you, no. Nigga, money.
All right. What is up, everybody? You're tuning into Horizontal Refreshments Season 3. We are back from our break. Our month break, and we are here. We're live. It's warm in here, and but I can feel the little breeze.
It's hot,
but it's good.
hot in here.
Yeah, I feel. No, ain't no fan behind me. Where's that air coming from? This air coming from somewhere. Okay, that's what that is. But yeah, so we're back. In case you forgot, after the month break, or those who just been waiting, I'm Jamal P.
I'm Donnie, Akeem, whichever you prefer. Donnie with a Y, by the way, and I like this dumb bitch did my drink at Starbucks this morning. It's spelled it with a Y.
I am Brick Brat, a.k.a. Caramel Fantasy, which was my blink handle back
I remember this.
Blink.
I remember this.
She went back.
Way
Way back in the time.
Yes, and we are talking about a lot of good stuff today. But before we go into that, we also just want to introduce our special guest today, who goes by many names. But I guess if I get this right, it's Corey the Advocate today.
Yep. Corey the Advocate.
Yes, how you doing, Corey?
Pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. Get right up on the mic.
You know?
Yeah, well, we can hear you.
into it.
You got right up on it.
It fell out.
Gotta
Slippery
be
when
quick
wet.
in that.
But yeah, so obviously, like I was saying, we've been gone for a bit. So how was everyone's break from the show?
Well, our break was cancer season. Toot, woo, whatever. I had a horrible trip to Chicago. I don't even want to get into the details of why that trip was horrible. Nobody told me Harvey, Illinois was the ghetto. Our hotel room, just long story short, just to give you one bad aspect, our hotel door would not lock. So we came back from a night out and our hotel door was open. But we didn't lock, so we had all our stuff in the car because we were going to try to figure it out when we got back. We ended up getting a refund and still staying there that night.
Okay.
So we just put the latch on the door. So that was that on that. These two celebrated a birthday during that time, so happy belated. Threw her a surprise birthday party.
Hey, that was dope as
That's
fuck.
fun.
What was supposed to be a surprise?
Not the.
Oh,
party
not
that
where you
came
was
to.
at, girl. I mean, boy.
That seemed
There
like a
was
long
party
time ago.
Prior to
That was
that,
over a month
where they
ago.
let me show up looking ratchet as hell.
Ooh, not your surprise party.
Yes. Like, Doug could have told me to at least take my scarf off or something.
Or
Like,
something.
I had my scarf. I'm like, I'm just going to my brother's house for the BT Awards. I'm finna eat and be fat and talk shit. I'm just going to be comfortable. These motherfuckers. Like, somebody could have told me, just like, bitch, just be on guard. Just in case we take pictures or something. Like, that would have been the smart line.
No, he told you, ho, come outside.
I was happy as hell, but I was mad. I'm like, these motherfuckers know I would have wanted to be dressed for this.
Oh, that's nice.
But it was dope. But that definitely seems like a long time ago.
It does. That was
It do.
June 28th.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
it was
it was
a
the
while
end.
ago. Yeah.
So-
I guess
It was a week before your birthday, which is July 4th. So
So
there was that. We celebrated the 4th. I didn't celebrate with either one of y'all, but I was with Terrell and Berto and one of our other coworkers. That was fun.
I did actually.
I feel like after y'all birthdays was over, I just was watching everybody else have fun. I didn't really do too much in July after that.
I was busy.
Yeah, I think your backyard barbecue. No,
Child.
the Bucks. How could I forget?
Bucks.
I was down.
They won in
Oh,
our
yeah,
birthday
I went to the
month.
Fear District.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yes, I had to
That
be
was a
there
lit
when the
game.
when,
That
yes.
experience
That was a
was
lit
cracking
game.
as
It
fuck.
was a lit game. I don't like watching full games. I can't watch full games. I was checking the score. We were losing at first. And then when I finally went down there, which is like the end of the third quarter going into the fourth, I'm like, oh, this shit is close.
Mhm.
I want to be down there if we win because I want to feel the energy. So I went down there, linked up with David, and had a ball down there
I
that
was
night.
mad 'cause the night I went to the Deer District, motherfucking Berto ass was down there, and I didn't find out until the next day.
Berto be everywhere.
That
Nah,
I should have known to just text him just on GP.
I would say if you want to know where the party at, call
Ask
Berto.
Call Berto. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I was down there. It's funny. I was down there too. I mean, you live down there, so you experience it all. But I was down there. That was the day I got back from
I
Vegas.
didn't know
Actually,
he was down there. Because I went down there by myself, and something was like kind of like with Berto. David, I know he always gonna be out too. So let me call David and see where he at. So I called David, and I linked up with David. I didn't know you was back from Vegas yet.
yeah.
So I would have called you too. We all could have
I
went
know,
out together.
because that was and I think I just went home because it was like, okay, it's done. But that was the day. Yeah, I got back. I definitely took a 6-hour nap before I woke up. I'm like, well, the game has started. I guess I'm gonna go down there. Otherwise, I definitely would have been home. But yeah, it was a magical moment. Yeah, you had to be there to experience it. You know what something like that did for Milwaukee and just all our communities who really felt that win. And I think because, speaking for myself and probably a lot of other people, it just felt different for us. And there's room, and I would say that, there is room for everybody in celebrating this. Bandwagon people are important because they bring money regardless. But people who've been in the city and been working here and grinding here and been with the Bucks forever, it's like
I want to
something
say
special
something about the band people who have issues with the bandwagon hoppers, aka myself.
I
Let
knew
me
you
tell
was
y'all
gonna say something.
something about that. Y'all should be happy for anybody supporting what you love, even if it's just for that
Yeah.
moment. So if we from the city and we don't watch basketball, but we got into this moment, embrace this. Period.
Yeah, it's a
That's
room for everybody.
That's who the bandwagon was for you?
Yeah, like bandwagon hoppers, like I don't watch this shit.
Oh, I thought the bandwagon hoppers were, the niggas that didn't live in Milwaukee,
It's
but then
them
came
too.
to Milwaukee and
you
was
talking
like,
about Gucci Mane.
oh.
No, we're talking about the people who live in Waukesha.
I was talking about the Waukesha, the Sussex, and the Pewaukkees, and the
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
all the
Party.
motherfuckers-
I'm scared of Milwaukee.
We don't want to
as a black woman from 33rd and motherfucking hour, motherfucker.
Say that shit.
I felt like, nigga, finally, motherfucker, here, nigga. Fuck y'all talking about? The fuck? I'm gonna be talking cash money shit
I'm
for
telling
years
you,
after this. We
hell
gotta
yeah.
win out another championship.
we
I'm
going
gonna
there.
talk cash money shit forever.
I swear, whenever I go somewhere,
Bird.
they gonna be like, "Where you from?"
Milwaukee,
No,
nigga.
no, fuck
Big
that. I'm gonna be
Bucks,
like Bucks
nigga.
in the 6.
What's happening?
Oh,
God.
you guys were happy, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm from Buxton
We've
City.
been the underdogs for so long. Motherfuckers think it ain't nothing but farmland
50
and
years,
white people
nigga.
and shit.
50 years.
Like,
Whenever I
We
go,
always
especially in the
count out.
South, when I'm traveling South, especially, they're like, "Where you from?" Milwaukee. It's black people there. My nigga, the city
They
of
feel
Milwaukee,
like
not
that
the
in New
county,
York,
but the
too.
city of Milwaukee is almost predominantly black. So let's
Yeah.
keep it all the way P. Shout out to
Motherfuckers
you.
don't
Shout out
know.
your hood. I want to shout out my 18th and Hampton. What it do? Hand squad.
I guess I shout
that
out
shit
mine
is
too.
important to the inner city. Like,
Which is 19th in Hampton.
Oh, we from the same
So-
hood.
Like, it's cool, it's cool for everybody else, but if you grew up in the inner city and you know that struggle, my nigga, like, that was for us. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That was for us.
They could be fans of Wisconsin sports, as he's saying. They could just, but they scared of Milwaukee. Milwaukee's ghetto.
True.
And Sheboygan.
Yeah.
And Sheboygan better. Yeah, y'all back. Yeah, heard y'all cry,
Yes.
child.
Yes, we are back. And-
Oh,
Go ahead. Oh, yeah.
I have to shout out my cousins real quick, Bianca and Jayla, because they was on my ass. Like, when I say they both got on me, like, did you motherfuckers take a break? Where the fuck did y'all go? I didn't know my cousins was listening like that. So, hey y'all, thanks for listening, Bianca.
Yes.
Thank you,
Jayla.
Joey.
Hey, Joey.
We
Hi,
miss
Joey.
you too, Joey, with your Houston living ass.
Period.
We need to plan like
Under
a
that
trip.
Texas sky.
I do want to say though, like our last show, I want to say was right around the time you threw your Pride event. I want to say it was the week before that because
Yeah.
it's actually been 6 weeks. It hasn't been a month.
Yeah.
We've been saying that, but it's not really been a month. But I wanted to do that anyway. But a lot of people at your event were like, I was just humbled by how invested a lot of people were into the show and who wanted to be on and who was watching and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
shout out to your cousins, but shout out to the community and everybody of any community that watches us. And
Speaking of that, I met a few people at your barbecue that said that they listened to the show, and I wish I could remember the guy's name. That I had to go back because it didn't sink in at first that like people really fuck with us like that. So like I was sitting there, I was smoking and shit, and I'm like, I should have asked Buddy his name. Like what the fuck? So I had to go back to him and ask him his name. I wish I could remember now. I'm sorry, sir. I smoked too much. My apologies. But I met a few different people at the barbecue.
You will always meet a few different people at the barbecue.
with Jamal.
At Jamal's barbecue.
And they all was cool ass motherfuckers.
I'm telling you.
Boy, got as drunk as a bitch.
Yeah.
Well, my boyfriend was saying like, not just at Jamal's party, but just like with our friend group in general. Like he never seen so many people get together and not have no issues. Like everybody is coming, love, peace, and having a good time. Might see motherfucker slumped over, drunk,
Or high.
or high. It's too high to move,
Right.
but never
Or
no
hiding from the
physical
shots.
altercations, arguments, all that shit. Nah, we coming.
I think, and I attribute that to us knowing who to, I guess, not necessarily associate us because we associate with a lot of people, but to know who like our real like people are, who we really like fuck with. So like we support people, hang out with people, stuff like that. But things like that, or when we get into intimate settings, it's generally the same people you see, and I think that's why there's never any drama. You might have the bigger events where it's more people, but something like my backyard barbecue, not everybody was gonna be there.
And then they know you don't carry yourself like that. Like it's definitely a vibe. It's definitely a mood when we around you. So it's like if you ain't come to have fun.
If you bring that shit to my party, your life is over.
I just want to reiterate the first episode of the new season. Jamal don't gotta fight.
He showed down. He showed down. I could see us damn near pushing each other, fighting each other to get at the motherfucker to fight for Jamal. Because I don't see none of us going. Like, you make Jamal mad, you in trouble.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
Because you done did something wrong, goddamn it.
You got to go.
Yeah.
He ain't perfect, but he's not about the drama.
Yes. The one thing about me is I'm about a good time and bringing people together.
A lot of twerking.
Yes.
Right.
All of that.
A whole lot of money.
But yeah, so I guess we get right into what the main topic is today, which I'm sure we'll reach and cross all types of, we'll get into it all, but we are talking about sex work and everything under that, umbrella.
Yeah, it's a spectrum.
It is a spectrum. I mean, I think we should start by defining it. Do we have a collective definition of what sex work is, what it entails?
I never really thought of a definition. Is sex work and prostitution the same thing, or is prostitution an outdated term? Like
I think that's it for me.
It's an outdated term.
It's outdated.
Term, but I think it's under the because not all sex workers do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of them just go on dates.
Yeah. Or, have a just for fans or something like that, do online type of sex work.
Don't get me wrong, the streetwalker is still out there.
Oh,
yeah.
She's one by my house. When I say, and I can't stereotype. I was gonna say she don't look bad as if they all supposed to have a look, but she looks really, really good. But the reason I started noticing that she was a streetwalker or sex working is because she has times. She's only out there doing a certain time, and she's always dressed up. And it just looked like she smelled good.
What block does she walk on?
These people didn't know where I live.
Look, you can know where the old hood is, but not the new hood.
Wisconsin Avenue. And,
I live in that area.
And is that Lisbon or North?
Yes, that's
and
Lisbon.
Atkinson, don't forget Atkinson.
It's a few prominent streets where you can see a bunch of them.
And let's not get it twisted, male and female.
Oh hell yeah!
It's male.
Where you see male streetwalkers on Atkinson at? I mean, it'd be a lot of niggas out there. That if it's one place in the city where I don't want to get out my car at, and I ain't scared of no nigga, Like, so, but if it's one place in the city where I don't want to get out of my car, it's Atkinson.
Right.
Oh no! I wasn't talking about Atkinson. I'm talking about in the Wisconsin area.
Okay.
And yeah, Atkinson. I'm not getting out of my car either. I barely want to stop at the red light. I might run that motherfucker to get out of the area. But not you. That's my brother's best friend. What are you? You
Right. I don't know. Like, I don't know what me means, but you know, Chris Lee used to live over there too.
Ooh, Chris, you.
Kristen, no.
He just used to live
He used to live-
close by us.
He's shouting out hoods. We still shouting out hoods. Okay, all right.
He was
But you know, even
You got
though
a
with-
19th Hampton on here too. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And even though like a lot of these things are like stereotypical or historically have been those things. I mean, Wisconsin and that whole area is going to change in the next couple of years. And you already see the change. Marquette has moved more and more west than they ever have like the last 10, 15 years. So
Buying up everything.
so the area, I feel like,
You're gonna be like college kids.
yeah. And I feel like better
White
now
college
than it was
kid.
like, you know, I probably wouldn't live there
Jeffrey
maybe
Dahmer days.
10 years ago or 15 years ago.
Jeffrey Dahmer days, you couldn't pay me to live over there, but I live in that area now, and I don't feel unsafe.
This is really off topic, but when I worked for Bank Mutual, there was a customer that looked exactly like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Stop
and
playing.
this motherfucker would come in with the jean jacket and the glasses. I swear to God. Every time he would come in, me and my homegirl would be hitting each other and shit like, you take it, you take it, you take it. Like, this motherfucker look like he gonna eat one of us. Like, seriously. We
Hell
was
no.
scared shit.
Ain't that like every white biker guy in Milwaukee though?
Man. No, they,
No, they all don't wear
identical for
glasses.
real.
And it's a type of glasses.
It's a
they
type
wear.
of shade. Them
Like,
silver
Them
ones.
ABA.
Yeah.
But see, them what they
Joe
were-
Biden
yeah,
look.
They was like, I don't even know how to describe them glasses, but nigga, when I say they looked identical, I'm talking Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen type shit. For real.
I cannot deal.
Scary.
But
Anyway.
it's still sad that, I mean, I don't want to say sad. Child, I got to change my vocabulary sometimes. It just amazes me. Because I say stuff is funny that I don't mean it's funny. And then when I say stuff is sad, I don't actually mean it's sad. But I know I have to work on that in order to be politically correct. And I offend nobody. But it amazes me that certain areas are known for, that like you know where to look for certain things. So has anybody here ever looked for those things?
My next
I
question.
mean, not to purchase, but I'll be looking while I'm driving.
Yeah. You know, you see him out
I'm
there like.
judgmental as hell. I'll drive past on Lisbon and be like, bitch, you ain't finna make no money with that outfit on. You need to go change.
And don't get me wrong, like, I didn't pay for sex before, but I ain't.
We all
like,
have.
Okay. I don't
You
think
wanna
we
tell
talking
me about
about.
that?
Pay, I don't
Cash.
think. What you mean you don't pay
I
cash?
say, hold on.
Well, we pay in
You
different
always
ways.
pay in cash. But
Cause
I think you always pay for sex.
shit, not always.
Not always, but for the most part.
I think 9 times out of 10 you paying for sex. Even
I
in a
pay for
relationship.
I pay
It
for
be
the sex I
literally
can't
times-
have.
I was just about to say it'd be literally times where Doug will do some shit like some shit I don't expect him to do, and I'm like, "Ooh, you want some good ass pussy tonight,
Right.
nigga?"
He
Like,
paid for it.
you know,
He paid
like,
for
you
it.
Pay for it, yeah. Like,
That's
When you
it.
do something,
That's
when you do
it.
something,
you want
it
some of
doesn't have
that
to be
premium
monetary,
tonight.
like, you know, you do something in exchange for sex. I feel like that's paying for it. Don't always have to be monetary. So
That
like,
is true.
You know, if like how these girls, some of them have sex and they get bags. That's you pay
Some of them
for it.
do, yeah.
Yeah. So have
It
y'all?
always had to be a cash transaction.
So have y'all ever received some sort of transaction for a sexual?
See, he
Ask the question again.
All in my
good at
mouth.
what you do. Mike wants you.
Like, come here.
And well,
Yeah. So like, have y'all ever received some sort of transaction for a sexual act?
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
I did actually. Now that I think about it.
And I have rules too. So back to the original question though. My definition of sex work, it's like you said, the exchange of sex for a good. Whether that good be money, a service, some type of assistance, shit, mental health. Cause some of the niggas just want to talk. You know? I don't trust none of these other bitches, and you pretty to look at while I'm talking to you too.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah.
I agree with that definition, and so I think that would mean that a lot more people have participated in sex work than are willing to admit. Now, I participated in the traditional form of it.
You was on the street.
No, not the traditional. Not the traditional, but when I had my first place, I moved in with an ex. I don't even think I ever told you this. I moved in. I know I told you though. I moved in with an ex. That didn't work out. I ended up losing my job. There were 2 months where I didn't have any income coming in. I was trying to take out loans. Loans only cover certain things. And so using Jacked, I started like charging for stuff.
So that just sound like survivor sex though.
I mean, yeah, but survival sex could be sex work too. It doesn't make it any less sex work because you add survival into it,
right.
you know. So
that's limited edition sex.
And you actually did
gin only.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I just
forget.
Honestly, I forgot all about it until you brought it up just now. Because I remember when you told me. I remember saying like, "Well, shit, motherfucker, if I had to, I would too." Shit.
Nah, I do because I can type shit. Like,
that either.
This my favorite kind of sex workers. I ain't gonna lie to you.
If I could get an extra 40,
The motherfuckers, they be like, bitch,
40.
I do it because I can and I will.
$40.
What are you doing for those $40?
That's very cheap. I'm in this expensive hoe.
Right. Well, someone wanted to suck my dick for $50 once, but I wasn't going because it was this guy. I think I told this story earlier too. There's a guy I hooked up with once.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And then he kept trying to find me. He kept making different profiles, and I just wasn't interested. And then one time he was in this profile, he's like, "I pay you $50." I'm like, "All right, I'm about to be up my way."
That's a timed fee.
But he then was like, "Just so you know, I'm the Latin guy that you fucked." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm not coming
You
anymore."
got my money on the nightstand, goddamn. Just show me the money first, though.
Do y'all think that the rate should be based on the services, like who's getting pleasures? Like if I'm paying you to suck your dick, I could kind of lowball it a little bit because you received the pleasure.
What?
You don't think so?
You want to suck my dick? I didn't want you to suck my dick. I didn't ask you to suck my dick.
Okay, so if somebody was like, like his situation, somebody was like, "I'll pay you $50 to suck your dick."
Yeah, you want to suck my dick? I don't want
Okay,
you to suck my dick.
If you were the type of person like, "No, I need 100."
Oh,
You don't
then.
think that's overdoing it? Like,
Hell
you getting
no.
the pleasure?
I'm gonna see what the response is. Then we'll go from there.
Do you know your worth?
Okay, that's right. Know your worth. Know your worth.
As Ronnie G said, aligned with yourself.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say I never paid to pleasure someone else. I don't really like doing that anyway. I have to be in love to even want to suck dick, do all of that little extra stuff. So
I've been begged.
but shit,
I
we all
have.
been
Like,
big.
if it was a straight dude that gave me, like, I fuck around vibes, then yeah.
Bisexual dude, then.
No. Because sexuality is a spectrum. Like, and I feel like when people start talking about other people's sexuality, respect go out the door, you know?
I think so.
So it's like, no, I mean,
That's
just
a
because he
slope.
likes that, that's not what he identified. Or just because he's experimenting with that, don't mean that he like that.
Right.
Like,
That is true because we allow
Yeah.
women, we allow women that
Yeah.
freedom to do
And we
that.
went into
But I
that
think
before.
After a certain amount of experimentation, you like it.
Yeah,
So
like
you-
Tank, baby. Come out the closet.
but it's like still, like, even though if I like fucking a man, that don't make me gay because I don't want to be with a man. If I'm still with my woman, if I'm still, like, if that's what we do.
I can't get with that one.
Yeah, you
I
lost
can't get
me.
with that one.
I was almost with you.
I
but-
can get with experimentation and being like, I when I was in my 20s, in my college years, I had sex with a guy or two, 3 or 4 even, and I didn't like it, and I know I'm straight, and this is what I like. Or I liked it, and now I have casual sex with men. If you're having continuous sex with men,
So how long
feel like
is the
you're
experimental
bisexual.
stage?
The experimental phase,
Or it might be pansexual.
Because shit, I'm still
could be.
experimenting.
but the
Yeah.
experimental phase, you're not experimenting. Well, I don't know what you experiment.
Right.
So let me
Stop right there.
$1,300 on a leash.
lady walking on a leash, I got no pleasure from it, but she loved that embarrassment embarrassed.
Period.
Please.
Okay.
Oh, well, where the lady at? She
Can you
walked me
send
on the
her
leash
to us?
anyway.
Was she white?
Hey,
Please hurry up and answer, Devontae.
hey, black women like freaky ass shit
Yeah.
too.
I think for
I
me,
ain't never met a
yeah.
black woman that wanted to be.
You
pulled
gotta
on the
talk
leash.
to more
Now,
black
the
women.
craziest thing I've ever heard from, and that's just the black woman that I know.
Mm-hmm.
But the craziest thing I ever heard was this bitch wore like the largest penis in her pussy. I'm like, bitch.
So like a dildo that was that long, or
No, she want a man who has a leg for a dick in her
Well,
pussy.
I mean,
there aren't
The whole
too many, but she gonna have to do like some
Yeah.
phone book research.
Some phone book research.
That sound like
Well, you know, when we were in Minnesota, we saw like dildos that were like that
Yeah,
big.
We saw large dildos, and they're not for me. I actually don't like big dicks. So
a big dick
I don't
is
either.
okay.
Amazing.
This big is too like there is something as too motherfucking big.
if
I
you
mean, a
over
nice
18,
elbow though.
Well, what's the biggest that you had in you?
In me? In me?
Yeah.
This long to the tip of your middle finger.
You want to think that?
I've
That's a
never
big
seen
ass
that one
dick.
that big. Probably like
That's an animal
This-
dick. She was
14.
Dominican.
You said
See, I knew she
14?
wasn't black.
But
And that's
Dominicans got a
big.
worm.
Because you
They
know,
close.
but like
They cousins.
because size, because Corey answered, he said 14 inches.
What?
And we talked about how dildo, like, because we
Listen.
think stuff is smaller
Listen.
than what it is. So, I mean,
And
14 is
dildos would
potentially
be-
this size or longer. I think it's
Mhm.
actually longer.
I'm good. My husband's dick is perfect.
So
I'll
is
stick
my
with
boyfriend.
that size.
Let me tell you something.
Yes.
but dick is an experiment.
Yeah.
It is.
Listen.
I'm done experimenting.
Listen.
But look,
It's too much goddamn
after
work.
8 inches,
That don't mean an experiment with my
keep it. I
just
don't want
don't
it.
want-
I don't want it in me.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't want it in me. It's nice to look at. Oh my God, it's
It's
so
so
big.
pretty, right? It's so big and pretty. Oh my god.
Keep it over there.
Mm-mm, I should
But
be
it's
looking at my shit.
Sucking it? No, and then girth matters too. If it's too girthy,
Oh.
Wait, you ain't
Oh,
gonna
wait
suck
now,
it?
Hold on.
You ain't gonna
14
suck it?
I didn't think my mouth
You ain't
open
gonna
14
suck
inches.
it?
Or dick scrubbed in walls. I like
I don't
bigger.
think my mouth open 14 inches to suck a 14-inch dick.
You ain't
I
gonna
won't.
even suck it?
No.
Well, you know I got a big ass mouth, so we just gonna move along on that one.
That Gawk Gawk 3000.
We're dealing with
I got the reject gulp 3000. They threw me away.
I'd be so
return to
disappointed
sender.
every time you talk about your dick sucking skills.
Are you-
Not disappointed. Oh my god.
Because me and his other sister Lauren,
Pretty much all my friends, except for Alex,
my throat
they all
goat
like sucking
sister.
dick. I would rather eat ass than suck dick.
I mean, it depends
That's
on the
'cause you
dick
lazy.
and it
It's
depends on the
easier.
ass.
It's less of a
This is
challenge.
my thing.
Eating
I'm
ass
moaning while
gets
I'm eating.
tiring.
If you're not, if I can't tell your pleasure, I have to like work harder.
Someone
That's
Aw.
tongue muscles and shit.
But that's like relaxation too. Like if you
But I
just
s-
relax, then I can feel
But
like your
that's if
back
they
muscles
don't
going in, and I'm
look,
eating your ass.
though.
I'm doing a great
And
job.
depending on how
That's
long your
still
tongue
less
is,
work
it
for
might be
me
more
for
work
you
to
than
eat
sucking
ass.
it.
My tongue is not that long, so I do have to work like
Yeah,
harder
you
to
gotta
pleasure.
push
Like
it out.
no
tricks.
right pressure points to and then some people
But
don't
you
like
gotta
biting,
eat-
some people do.
Oh no!
No.
Don't bite my booty hole.
Or some people like
I like
suck it or like.
He said,
No, that
The suck is cool. The
"What, you like
But-
your booty hole suck?"
like
suck is
I
cool.
ain't
Too hard.
Bite it like
Hey,
you do a-
That's what it sounds
No,
like.
no,
That's what it
no,
sounds
real
like.
shit though.
Like-
I've had to do.
like nibble on the
Oh,
ass.
No,
okay. Well,
I've
say
had
nibble,
to do
nigga. Don't
where
say
like we've had to stop fucking because like, bro, why you biting my ass? Like, I know it's a triple
this is the
chocolate
thing.
fudge.
This is the thing. Because, I mean, when you're having casual sex, it's hard to have those type of conversations sometimes. But when you are in a relationship, you kind of know what your partner likes. So
No.
I've had several partners. Some of
Wait,
them,
so you
some of
said-
them like it rougher, and some of them don't like certain shit.
I'll say this. In the beginning, it was easier for me to say something to somebody I was having casual sex with than it was for me to say something to Doug in the beginning. Now, I be saying whatever the fuck I want to. I just told his ass I can't wait to sit it on his dick the other day. Literally, like
Oh, that's regular every day's, relationship.
that was
shit.
right after giving him head. So yes, but yeah. So
I think
I say
casually,
whatever
like
comes to mind.
when I was having casual sex, it was harder for me to tell them that I didn't like something. I probably wouldn't tell him I didn't like it. I would be like, let's try this. You know, like let's do this instead.
I don't know. You got 2 times with me. I'm gonna tell you about it the first time, and if you ain't got it right the second time, I'm gonna ghost
You
your
got
ass.
one time with me apparently, because one time I was messing with this dude. He tried to stick it in my booty hole, and I was not okay with that. So I backflipped. No, and so I backflipped off the bed and got the fuck. I was like, "Hey, you have to take me the fuck home." Right after that, like, nah, bruh.
A full somersault.
I ain't
Now
never.
you turned into Simone
I've
Biles.
never backflipped before in my life, but baby, Olympic gymnast came to play.
My coworker
Be right back.
Darisha, she said it tickles. What tickles? Getting your booty ate, friend? It feels good to me.
Or getting it nibbled on.
If everything done the right way.
I like a little pain and pleasure. A little pain is pleasure. So like,
I
bite
don't
my
like
nipple
no
a
pain.
little bit. Like bite. Don't bite me like you finna eat me. But like,
See, no, I had
Bite
this-
me, slap me, choke me.
Nah,
bitch,
see,
you slap me
nah,
and choke me.
nah.
We fighting.
See,
now.
I
You
had
might
this
even
one
cussing
trick.
me a little bit.
I had this one trick. He slapped the shit out of me.
Not that hard.
without asking
no warning, I
I
wasn't
would've
expecting
been
it.
windmill.
Like I know our shit was usually rough, but when that motherfucker did that, you know,
It throws
you
you
know how
off.
you get mad and tears and shit start coming out your eyes. I'm trying to,
Yeah.
do I fuck this nigga up? I said fuck it. He gave me that card. I went and took $3,000 out the
I know
account.
that's
And that's
right.
period.
Charges.
Slap me all you want.
Nuh-uh. That was
Yeah.
my rule though. Don't slap me and don't call me no bitch.
Yeah. I think
Thanks, yo.
and I think in all sexual acts.
But I'm a nigga.
Yeah.
Like people forget. Like they think
Most
because
men-
I'm gay or mess with dudes or all this shit that I won't fuck with a woman or that I'm more feminine than I'm supposed to be. But like, nah, bro.
You must have knew he was
Still
coming.
a nigga. Oh.
You must have knew he was coming. I thought it was a surprise.
we had Doug walk into the
Doug just
studio.
came through and look, there's Terrell. Oh, never mind.
Right. It's Ladarius and Terrell. But I was gonna say, like, I think
Oh,
when it
that's
comes
your
to when
okay.
when it comes to sexual acts,
Getting in the loop, my bad.
like there could be too much of anything. So like you like a little bit of those things, so like a little bit of biting here and there, but like with kissing, with sucking, with biting, and, like so imagine if someone was sucking your dick or whatever and they made a nibbled a little bit, but obviously don't use teeth all the time, or somebody eating your ass out might want to bite a little bit, but
Listen, these
if you
lips
keep
are so
biting
big,
me,
I
like
can nibble
stop.
without teeth.
Yeah, some people do get over aggressive with like, okay,
With
stop
their teeth.
biting.
Especially when they drunk. Like,
This guy
open
sucks-
your mouth.
Like, open your mouth. He sucks him off so hard with his teeth.
Mm-hmm.
This girl sucked him off so hard, like with her teeth, that he like bled, like his penis bled.
I've had that happen before.
crazy.
It just
I
it
never had
scraped
my
me.
penis bleed, but I have had some teeth scrapes. Like,
Really?
Yeah.
and that I feel like those hurt more because they so sensitive afterwards. Like you
Yeah.
get burned.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You put hot water on it,
Yeah,
it burn.
right.
Hell
It
yeah.
take forever to heal.
Mhm.
Cognizant of that?
You would, but like he said, sometimes they get toxic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or even sometimes when you
Or
kissing
rolling
somebody and they keep
Yeah.
biting your lip, or
But
they
I
keep
don't get it.
sucking your-
Oh my God.
keep
Or
sucking
too
your
much
lip
wet
in.
ass.
No, when I say kissing is a dance, it is a dance, and you gotta know how to
Suck your
dance.
lips too hard.
I fucking hate when people feel like biting is a part of it, and especially at the wrong moments, especially too fucking hard. Like
Yes.
it's supposed to be like
My lip is not supposed to hurt afterwards.
Yeah.
Oof.
Definitely had somebody who did it right away, or like just kept sucking my lip.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I'm the
it
same.
hurt.
Like, do the top one. Goddamn shit.
Yeah, like, give
Just
this
keep
some
doing the
time.
bottom one over and over.
It's the white people that don't know how to kiss for me.
they ain't got lips that
I was just going to say that they don't have lips.
He be
they
like,
don't know how.
Like, how you?
All these fucking pics.
but it's I'll be like, come on, give me a little tongue, poke it out, open your mouth or something.
I can't.
But they suck
I
dick
only
like
had and one of the
genius.
dudes that paid me when I was living in that place was a white guy, and that's
I remember
the
you telling me
only
that.
white guy I've ever fucked with.
It wasn't that bad.
It was hard to keep an erection. It was hard to keep an erection.
What did y'all do?
Shit, money turned
he
me
he
on.
was one of those people who like to suck dick,
Okay.
so he
Mhm.
paid me to do that. But
Period.
I was not feeling it. Did he what? I would say lowball. I mean, he paid most of my rent, so my rent was $525 at the time. So I think he gave me like $4 or something. So
No, he said you gonna work for the rest. I gotta give you a little bit so you can come back.
I never called him again. He was off the list. I stuck to black tricks after that. But
I don't find a lot of black tricks.
no,
And the ones that I do find, they be very, what's the word when you try to keep your money?
Stingy.
Yeah, real stingy.
Like,
And then they be wanting you to spend time.
no, I
Like,
didn't have to do
That's
that.
all old.
Sound
black
like
tricks.
some
I'm
grandpa,
I ain't got
uncle,
time for that. Like,
right.
I got a
Take my
life, I
money
got a
and leave.
career. Just
There
because
was
I'm out here
plenty
hoeing
of
don't mean I ain't got no
Sam's
career.
Club
When I
used to
tell
love spend
you-
time and they just want to
Yeah,
hug. And
like-
I'm nah, nigga, give me the money.
Give me the money.
Because I found it was 3 black guys and a white guy. I found all of them on Jacked, and they was all African. So like one lived in Mequon.
Portia.
Yeah. One lived in Mequon. I'll never forget. He came and got me, and he took me to his house. He did not want me to leave. He wanted me to stay there. I was like, I gotta go to work. I was lying and shit. I was scared. Like,
Right.
Right.
Out here,
it was
back
so
on.
hard. But he bought. First of all, he bought everything to have a good time. I don't do any drugs, so he bought as much liquor as you could think.
You said he lived in Mequon?
Mm-hmm.
That that shit was probably already stocked. But go ahead.
He didn't have a bar, but he bought more liquor for me. I don't think he had what I drank at the time because back then I was drinking
Paul
was it
Masson.
Jack? Yeah, no, I still drink Paul. And I still drink
I'm
Jack.
sure he didn't have it. He's probably like, I gotta buy this.
Back then, I don't remember.
I can't remember what I was drinking, but he had to buy me something. And he paid my cell phone bill because my phone was off at the time, and then gave me rent money. So, mind you, this is very short time of my life, like 2 months. So,
I mean, my thing is everybody, by the definition of sex work, everybody is a sex worker in some way, shape, or form. I know me personally, one of the things that all my old heads, I'm talking my mama, my aunties, my ex-boyfriend mama, everybody, like all of them say the same thing. Don't be afraid to ask a motherfucker for what you want because they not gonna be afraid to ask you for that pussy.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was
everybody
told,
is a sex worker in some way, shape, or form because
Mhm.
everything is tit for tat or transactional in some kind of way.
right.
I was told you gotta use what you got to get what you want.
Make the money, don't let it make you.
I'm telling you. We got plenty of sayings. But the core of it all is
give me
don't
that
forget
Ronnie
who you
Ho
are.
Right.
So do y'all think that I guess the traditional forms of sex works or just pretty much just the sexual act and money, whatever, should be legal?
Yes.
Yes, and I think the internet had a big part in like changing all of that too, cause like I can do so many different things. I ain't gonna even say the internet, cause we had phones, you know, calling over the phone, doing the whole what was it, CB4
Or
chat
them little
line.
hotlines and shit back in the
Interactive
day.
mail.
nigga.
I remember that to my people off there.
I met a few tricks off of there myself back in the
Because
day.
at the end of the day, everybody can't have the sex that they want to have, you know. And we have this porn that puts an image of what sex should be, but
And
to
it
me,
is not realistic.
it's not.
I like to watch
Them hoes don't
porn,
even
but
be
that shit do
talking.
not be realistic.
they don't
at
even
all.
be talking. If you ain't busted a laugh in your sex, I don't even think you're having good sex.
Man.
Some of the best sex I've had, I done laughed, damn near cried. You know, if it give you that, you know, that's some good sex.
Shit, my OnlyFans. Devontae, what was you doing on OnlyFans?
Did he answer my other question? That's my question.
That shit like Pittsburgh.
What was your price? Was you doing sales, discounts?
I cannot. Not his OnlyFans was booming.
I almost started
Shit,
one.
I almost
Damn
started
self.
one too.
They got one for everything. You didn't have to show no private parts. They got one for feet, lips.
Well, for
Like some
OnlyFans,
money.
it's not supposed to just
Some
be
money.
for
They
sex.
do stuff.
That's
My
why they
dick
want to
pic.
ban it now. You can do anything. That's
But
what's
I
so
think-
dope about Bigo too, though. Like you
What?
can do whatever you do in your normal day. You can just set the camera right there and just be doing that shit. And, oh, what up, y'all? This is what I'm doing. Doing the hair, doing the nails, you know, and you get legit checks from that shit. Like
I'm gonna have to
legit.
download it.
I was like, I'm at the
35. Nah. But that's not how much you made. That's how much you charge.
$35.99. That's his premium.
Okay.
$35.99. Y'all hear that?
Now, what was you doing on there? Is the question that people was paying $35.99.
I hope you wasn't boxing naked in the thong like old boys
Ooh.
from growing up hip hop.
Ooh, boxing naked in the thong.
Sam, Egypt.
I don't watch none of them shows. I don't watch none of them shows.
Consider yourself fortunate.
Yeah, because I already be
Yeah,
across too many.
Definitely, I feel like the people who
Shabari.
the people who are watching that seem like they have money.
Not whipping women.
I think that's a person.
Yeah, I feel like people who watch those things have money.
Yeah,
They
whip
have
me,
money.
Shabari.
'Cause
Whip me.
I'm not really into.
I'm not into pain.
I'm not into
I'm
pain
not
either.
into
There's so much
pain.
free sex to watch out here. You
Like
serious?
I can't even give pain because like I had this one trick. I mean like clamps on the nipples, and I mean like them heavy duty.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it would have been sad.
Yeah, like,
a guy like
my
that. Like he
It would
wanted
pull it
her,
out
he
so
had
far.
her take like a wrench or something to his, because like they tried like clothespins and that didn't work. He like kept saying harder and harder. So she tried like a wrench and she was like twisted and shit. And after a while, she was like, "Look, motherfucker, I'm about to break a nail in this bitch. I'm not
Right.
gonna keep
Would
doing
you let me
this."
get a knife
I'm not
next?
into extreme pain. Like I can do a little bit of pain. It's pleasure. But one thing about me, and this is why I never caught that white man back. I don't care how much money is involved. If I'm not attracted to it or into it, I can't pretend. So like, if I cannot, I won't get an erection. I might have to take some type of pill. I can't do it. I cannot do it because I'm not attracted to it at any capacity. Even if your face ugly, you have a nice body.
I ain't gotta be attracted to you. That money look good though.
I wish I thought
He
like
is
that.
not programmed like
I
that.
wish I thought like that.
Honestly, since
$850. Oh, okay.
the tender age,
$1,200?
he come
All right.
around by 5 or 6, I can remember his mind and telling all of us, really, we all wasn't allowed to bring no white spouse home.
Yeah, I got told that too. Mama
So
said you
I
better not
feel
bring no
like
white
that
girl
had
home.
a lot to do
I feel like
with-
that shit programmed me. I'm not like if you a white motherfucker.
I said, I feel like
I'm
that
attracted to,
programmed
you gotta
him
have
a
some type of
lot.
like swag, like a black person, or be like tatted up, or something about you I could relate to. The dude that was sucking me up looked like Harry Potter. Like,
Really?
Saw the scar. He was like,
and why that's all I could think about. Giving me head, so I'm just like, yeah.
what if he just pulled out a wand?
Oh
I had to
my
literally,
God.
I had to literally watch porn.
He didn't have the
to
glasses
ejaculate.
on, did he?
It
Woo! Jeez.
didn't work. It didn't work.
Dead.
I know. I'm real different though with my sex work. Like it's definitely a spectrum. Like it depends on who the person is. Like how I'm gonna charge you. Like I don't know. I just take in a lot of stuff in account. If I can learn something from you, that might play in part. Like sex work is just like you said. It's a big old spectrum.
Damn, you gotta be a businessman.
You definitely do.
It is.
Mhm.
If not the oldest.
But it's illegal.
Devontae, get off of here trolling. Get off of here trolling.
Keeping it real.
Hi, Rocky.
What's up, Rocky?
Yeah, but I believe it. I mean, people are buying houses from their OnlyFans and all that. But
I was
takes
dumb.
work.
I was dumb.
What you spending
I
on?
ain't buy no house. I ain't buy no car. I bought a lot of marijuana.
You know who was smart?
Probably spent it on
who
other
parlayed they
hoes.
sex work into the most amazing shit ever.
Cardi
that
B.
We should have been.
Kim
mentioned.
Kardashian.
No.
Ray J. Who?
Brandy.
Y'all, I can't believe y'all can't think of this person that I'm thinking of.
Wait, give me.
Kim.
No.
Somebody we know personally?
No.
Wait, say it again.
T.S. Madison.
Oh yeah.
The
Who
big,
got
big
out,
bitch.
Yeah, who got out the motherfucking mud.
Mud,
My bitch
yeah.
went
Yeah.
from sex work and porn
Yeah.
to the chateau to her own
reality show.
YouTube shit to her own reality show.
Yeah.
If that ain't the biggest flex ever in motherfucking life,
Yeah.
and
Ain't
I
nobody
shout her
doing
out
how you
doing in your
every
truck.
show. I shout her out almost every show. But
I love the dog. Nene?
Mimi.
Nene or Mimi?
Oh, Mimi.
Oh.
Mimi Dinky.
Oh, because I'm like, didn't her shit get leaked? Right. I'm like, didn't her shit get
that
leaked?
porn was garbage.
It was trash.
His dick wasn't even hard while she was holding on to that shower rod. Let's talk
He
about
knew it was
it.
a joke.
That shit was noodle as fuck.
He was
just
selling-
like the damn microphone. That's how his dick was while she was hanging from the shower rod. Just like this here. Like, get the fuck out of I was all in the camera. I was
Now she put it on you this time.
God.
This time she put it on you.
Yeah.
because that's how his dick looked. I just had to give him a visual for the people that's actually watching. Baby, I saw it. I was like, this nigga dick ain't even in her.
Who was she
Everybody
having sex
amazed
with?
by that part, but it
Nico.
wasn't even in her. Her sex
I
tape
remember
Her
the
shower
I, just,
scene.
with Nico.
I seen it. I probably just didn't know who they were. I just knew they were from Love and Hip Hop.
Child. It was a
Today
waste
when I was
of
jacking
time.
off at work, I was watching this.
Ah!
All right.
The other day I was.
Was you in the parking
Hey,
lot?
casual.
Was you in the
though.
parking lot?
He tried to say.
Did it have a lock on the bathroom?
Oh, now
I would hope that all public restrooms have locks. on.
now
I
I gotta
mean,
start
It's a
charging.
single person bathroom.
Oh,
Okay, it was one of
Lock
those.
it, yeah, lock. But when I was jacking off at work, I was scrolling because there's a couple like Twitter pages that I go to that like
A
that
couple.
whatever.
Really?
And yeah, because Twitter is full of porn.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
live.
I'm
For
never
us.
on Twitter.
It ain't
all
long
it is
enough
now.
for me. I
It's
can't get
not
into
like-
that
that's
damn
what
2
pisses me off.
minutes.
Just when you about
You
to
gotta
nut,
keep her
you like,
winding
it's
it.
like,
Fuck, man, that was the good part.
Keep
And then
rewinding
they
it.
end right when the nut come out like.
Fuck outta here. But no, Ray J and
Made me
Kim
watch
came
all
up
this.
On my,
That's hilarious.
on my, it was on a gay page though. I'm like, what the hell? So when I saw Kim, I'm like, I never seen the whole thing, so I just started watching this.
How did you feel
She
about it?
got
Because I
some
thought it
pretty
was weak as fuck
well,
when I
she
saw
had
it.
some real pretty titties in that.
But the thing that I seen was her titties weren't showing, so it was
Oh.
when she was laying on
You ain't
her
watched the
stomach.
whole
Oh,
thing.
he
That's the
And he
one
was
that
looking
I
at the
saw.
camera, like
Yes.
fucking her. Yeah, and she was like, "Oh, baby."
Yeah, he do got a.
Didn't
I don't
you
know.
think
Was
that
it just
was
me?
weak? I
The
thought it was
stroke
weak
game
as
was
It's
weak,
very
though,
weak.
bitch.
Yeah, because
That
the
was
only
another
other scene I
celebrity
seen
porn
from
tape.
it was
But-
when she was sucking his dick, and I'm like, "What are you
Yeah.
doing?" You're
It-
playing
A lot
with
of the celebrity sex tapes.
The
are
only
weak,
bitch
though.
that
Yeah.
has ever impressed
But his
me
dick big,
giving
that's
head
why.
is Superhead. I'm sorry. She is literally the only one who has ever impressed me as far as that in the porn. Like,
Yeah.
What about Pinky?
Pinky
she's
did
never
her thing.
impressed me.
Yeah.
Really?
She's
Mm.
she's never impressed me.
He said the yuck yuck
Because most
6,000.
bitches I watch,
That's
I'm
the
like, I
next
can do
level.
that.
I said the gawk gawk 3,000.
Yeah. But even to what you were saying earlier with like the Twitter pages and them being short clips, that is partially why like the OnlyFans stuff gets so successful because they're baiting you.
They're not getting me.
They're basically creating this fantasy like you want to see it, you like this, you end up because I've definitely subscribed to
I'd
some
subscribe.
pages
Really?
because I've been so curious about like what this person was given or this clip.
If it's a real,
It's only
if it's
been
a
one
real
motherfucker
scene.
that I was
Yeah.
curious about, but I never paid for nobody's OnlyFans.
Really?
I was curious
neither.
about Bobby from Love and Hip Hop.
Really?
Yeah, because you gonna be seeing his Instagram.
I don't like Bobby no more. He was cute when he was cute, but now he just like
When
he
was
do
he
too
cute?
much.
All I ever
You
see
know,
is
light skinned
ass
boys
cheeks.
is
What
tall,
you
skinny,
doing?
light skinned boys is my
Oh,
it's my jizz. So
That used
well,
to
that's
be.
my total opposite type. So
Yeah.
Well, then again, people say he light skinned, so maybe. His cousins swear he
no,
light
yeah,
skinned.
no, he light skinned.
I feel like me and him
He
the
still
same
light
color,
skinned.
but
You kind of two tone though,
Yeah, we are like the same color, and I say I'm caramel, but other
But
people
you
are
more
dark.
two tone because your arms is a little darker. Yeah, he's still a light bright.
his cousins swear he light skinned.
I think if you're not dark skinned, some people just because some people called you light skinned before.
I've been called light and dark skinned. I feel like I'm directly in the
It
middle.
depends on the light. You know, we look so
It depends
different.
on how much sun I've been in too.
That
'cause
too.
I get tanned in 50 sometimes.
But it's crazy how like because I'm like I'm I guess in between Corey and everybody else.
I mean, you just
Yeah.
came back from
Oh,
Vegas though
everybody
too,
else.
bruh.
Tom sitting over there.
We ain't black, we brown.
Everyone on this. Yeah.
But
My arms look pretty dark on the camera.
I would consider you dark skinned though, friend. I would.
Dang, I forgot
Really?
I should have brought my rules
Period.
in today though. The sex
thought it was
worker
pretty
rules.
brown.
There are sex worker
But-
rules.
What can you wait? Hold on. He said he has sex worker rules.
There
Can you
are
remember
rules.
some of them?
Like,
Yes.
it's like 4 main rules. Like, you're supposed to go in, know how much you're getting paid, stick with your price, and never be afraid to walk away. And it's something else that's real important, but I can't remember it, so it must not be that important.
That's why I would have loved for my cousin to have been a part of the show, because not only has she, been a sex worker for over a decade, I believe.
Mhm.
Like, she is an advocate. She really tries to help sex workers that aren't in the best situations. She be trying to look out for people. She be trying to tell them safe spots for them to go and stuff. And it would have been really nice to hear what rules she has, because I'm sure it's a long list of them. Her father was one of the most notorious pimps in the U.S. And especially in Milwaukee. So it would be really intriguing to have her views.
Well, today didn't work out, but maybe we could bring it full circle at some point.
Because I ain't never had no pimp.
Yeah.
I couldn't deal with no
think
pimp.
She
you need a
hasn't
pimp.
either, and I don't think it's necessarily
Well, probably
needed,
because her
but I
experience
will
with her
say-
father, her seeing that, why is these women giving him money when they can make it for themselves?
And then being from the South, I've seen a lot of women be the pimp.
Hello,
Listen.
Mama
And
D.
a lot of times the pimp be the one who learned it from their mama. So, shit.
Scrappy and Mama D.
I just
I'm
said hello,
telling
Mama
you.
D.
I'm telling you.
She
Shit.
always talk
First-
about how a bitch could have
See,
worked for
that's
her.
tricky. That's tricky because I've heard stories about giving your money first and not receiving your services. So, as the person who's paying for it,
You can give me half.
I just want to see it.
what's the down payment?
I want
Put me in the
to.
middle.
I just want to make sure the money is
Protect
there.
yourself if
But
you
if you
need
got a
it,
regular,
always.
What if
you
it's
more
Cash
than
App?
likely got your own.
What if it's Cash App is the way the transaction? So how you gonna see the money?
Mm.
You check it. You check it.
I don't
You see
know,
your account. Make sure it's there.
but that's
I
why
wouldn't
you
allow
say
Cash App
that's
to
why
get
you
for a
say
repayment
set your
Fuck
price
that.
before you even go.
But
And don't
if you
be
do
scared
that,
to
they
walk
could
away.
give you half,
Mhm.
and then they be like, "That's it."
Cash only.
Right.
Mhm.
Or what if you did so I guess if you did half and then you did the act and they're like, I'm not giving you the rest of this.
What if they didn't enjoy your service? What if they
It's
didn't
all
enjoy your
of that.
service? Do you have to? Do they?
Right, it's-
But
like a
no
haircut.
bullshit. It
Say what?
depends. It depends
Enjoy your
on.
service. You don't tip a waiter if their
But-
service wasn't good.
But it
I don't give a
depends.
fuck. God damn it. I
But
ain't no
it
waiter.
depends.
Shit.
It depends on the situation.
No, fuck that. Exactly. All
No
sales are
no
fine.
refunds.
That's
I'm
another
just
rule.
playing devil's advocate.
It depends on the
You
situation.
about to start selling.
It definitely depends on
I
the
feel like a
situation.
sex worker for real right now. I don't give a fuck.
Right. What was advertised? Was you just giving out free head or
Guess what?
you
I'm
know?
fuck
But-
about
but
good
the
customer
person-
service.
The person buying
Once I
is
get
the
my
consumer,
cash.
so you're the advertiser.
I ain't
So-
advertising shit.
So
you saw
if
something
you're-
that
if
you
you're
like.
paying for something,
Exactly.
You made
if you're
a
paying for something, you're
presentation.
the consumer. So you, it's not your job to advertise. It's the person who's selling you something's job to advertise. So
And I guess that's where I'm different.
Yeah, because I'm not
'Cause I ain't
different.
advertising
Look, I'm
shit.
different.
I'm telling you,
Uh,
I'm only selling if you buying.
Exactly. Period.
and tell me what you buying for.
I'm telling
So I
you.
can tell you whether or not I'm
Period.
selling.
I'm telling you. Because everybody don't got the same price. Everybody ain't the same customer. And I can't stand regulars because regulars think you can just bring the price down.
right, get a discount. I'm a
No.
loyal customer. Or
Nah.
2 for 1.
Not no 2 for 1. Let me
Not
give this
the
free.
head
Let me
and the
get.
ass
Let me,
special.
this time it's gonna be free, but next time I got you. I
What
got
about
you.
I'll pay you later?
Ugh.
No, never.
Then we can do this later.
I'll see you later.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. But shit, sometimes I be in the bind, Nate.
Hey,
But so y'all- What if,
Shit, be
what
in
if,
the
what if
car
it's
like-
somebody that you
Chrissy
find absolutely fucking attractive? So do attractive people get attractive discounts?
Hell no.
Now I'd have paid an attractive man, or offered an attractive man $100 because I wanted his hands on my back and body and booty and glutes of Miss Maximus.
So you wanted a massage?
I mean, I wanted to start there.
Oh.
And then I was gonna probably take the price up from there. And then I offered this one bottom some money, and he tried to top me, and it was just like, what the fuck? So,
In the moment, or
like, no, I wasn't. I didn't even get that far.
so he changed.
He was
actually,
I thought he was a bottom, and I was trying to pay for the booty. But apparently, because he got a big dick, he thought that that's what I wanted, and it was like, no, I just like
people
big
can't
dick.
assume
You
that.
have to have those
People can't- yeah.
conversations.
And I know you like you bought your money, so I was like just showing respect. But then you switched the reins on me, like
So did you do?
no, I ain't do it. I ain't want no dick from him.
I came to dance for y'all. That's it. Oh shit! Y'all
I be scared to offer girls money though. Like, because even when I be
Why?
trying to
They'll take
be,
it.
I be scared to just talk to girls because girls do be on weird shit. Like I tried to be nice to a girl one time. It was raining, storming. Y'all know how we have our random rainstorms and be coming out hard. Man, this girl was walking down Miller Parkway. Ain't nothing over there. I was just like, girl, it's raining. You want to ride? She's like, nah. I'm like, you sure it's
I
raining
can
and lightning?
understand how
She's
she
like,
wouldn't
nah.
want to get
I
her.
can
I
walking.
gotta be honest. You so sweet, but I would have got to go. Listen,
Like, girl-
Milwaukee.
As a man, I would.
Milwaukee is a high.
I'm like,
agree with
it's
you.
raining like a
Hold on,
motherfucker.
On some serious
Oh,
shit.
is it?
It's a high
Milwaukee
sex
is
traffic.
a high
Sex
human
traffic,
and
yeah.
sex trafficking state.
Oh.
That's not safe, bro.
didn't
That's
know.
sweet.
I was
that
trying
was
to
sweet,
be
but I
nice.
was
It's good that you came from a genuine place.
Right.
But she ain't know that.
right. Like
Oh, there must be.
This
Good
is a-
shit. Yeah, from Mississippi.
we're in like the top
Mhm.
5 of
That's
human
why I didn't hit
trafficking
as hard
and
with the
sex
buck.
trafficking here, so.
But you know what? I didn't want to say, but he was reminding me of Terrell a little bit. And my dude is from Mississippi. Like he only been up here a year and some change. So I could kind of tell somebody.
The Delta, Greenville.
Wait, I
The
thought you was from
paint.
Tennessee. Did you spend some time in Tennessee too?
Down in the valley where the girls get naked.
I definitely heard. I was like the virus.
That's what I thought immediately.
But it clicked. Like,
I was
it
thinking
clicked.
of fucking sorority with my crazy ass.
Everyone thought something
Everybody
different.
thought something different.
Right.
Anybody think the airlines or what?
But no,
It's
it's high sex trafficking up here. So, because I had a dude offer me a ride
I remember
one
that.
time on the bus stop, and he kept asking, "Are you sure?" Kind of like that, and I was like, "Something is up."
Yeah.
Like,
It's raining. That's what's up.
it was cold the day that I was out there.
Oh,
so
shit,
it
that
was
too.
cold, but a nigga, he looked like
I had a few.
he would have kidnapped my
mofos.
ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a man offer me. I was with my boyfriend at the time, and we was just got caught in the rain on like Villard, and he was like, "Y'all want to ride?" I was like, "Hell yeah, come on! It's both of us." So shit, I'm good.
Only time I took a ride was when I had my first place when Auntie Bessie died. I was trying to get to my mom's house for the funeral, and it was snowing that night, and it was really cold, and the buses were behind. Like it was super behind. I was about to get frostbite.
Shit, them was
And
the
this
nights
white
I
man
wished.
pulled over and was like, "Do you need a ride to your next bus stop?" I said, "Yeah."
It was cold as a
I
motherfucker.
said-
Praying in the back. Like, I hope this is not the day.
The seat light.
Making sure 'cause I had no weapon on me, so I had my keys in my pocket. Like I'm gonna stab this motherfucker.
Hand on the door handle.
Every
I
knuckle.
ain't never heard that.
I swear.
As soon as he like,
This is standing on that bus stop of Tatonia and Umbrella. Nigga, I used to
Oh, you was
stand
in the hood too?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Coming from
But
Riverside, going all the way to Hemp.
Because I happen to be, what is that street called? On like, you know where State Street is, where it's Wauwatosa though, and it's like a Cousin Sub and a Pick and Save and stuff all that over there.
What?
Yes.
Where?
I think it's
60th
Milwaukee Street or
and State Street?
76. Nah, it's like,
It's like 70,
yeah.
It's like when you take 76 and wrap all the way around.
That's where I was at. So I wasn't in the hood, so I was not in any danger as far as like, yeah.
But it was just
It was the
The
fact that I
unknown ass
spent an
person.
hour and
Shit.
15 minutes on the bus.
That's
and
where they
I don't
crazy
want
is that
hypothermia.
I
shit.
feel you.
So when he offered a ride and he let me warm up in his car and then put me on the next bus, and the next bus actually came on time to get me to my mama's house.
Mm.
But yeah, I was nervous.
I was praying for somebody to pick me up in them cold ass
Okay,
nights.
the one time, shout out to my older sister. The only time that I've ever been in a situation like that, I want to say I was like 10,
Mm.
and it was my sister's birthday. It was January 1st, New Year's Eve, or New Year's Day. No, it was, yeah. Well, technically it was New Year's Day, but it was like in the wee hours of the morning, like right after midnight. But anyway, and we had left. For whatever reason, we decided to walk to Mayfair Mall from 87th and Hampton in the cold.
Them days
as
walking.
What the fuck was wrong
We
with y'all?
walked.
Yeah.
Because we
Mayfair
didn't.
even open on the holiday?
Back then, it was open, but it was just the movies.
Oh.
So we went to the movies. I can't remember what we saw, but we ended up getting a ride from these guys. I don't know which one of them supposedly knew them. All I know is I didn't know a goddamn person, and I had no business being in this car with these men and my sister and cousin and her friends and all of that. But I was always alone. For
Being
like,
fast.
Wasn't she with us in Chicago when we?
I wasn't being fast yet.
Wasn't she with us in Chicago when we had to jump in the people car?
Mm-mm. I don't think so.
You know what? That was Kirby and Alex. You weren't there this year. This is when I was dating Myra.
This year?
That year.
Oh, look, you said this.
No, I didn't know. You weren't there this particular
Like,
year.
excuse me.
No.
Somebody said when your mouth get dry,
Well,
that's
that
good
and
sex.
you haven't dated Myron in like a decade, so
Yeah.
So I was a little
Myra
confused.
was a while ago, but we were stranded in Chicago on the south side at this club called Adriana's. And
I definitely went there.
Child, we were trying to meet the bad girls at the time. So this was like season 3 of Bad Girls Club. But you know how long ago it was.
Dude, you used to drag us everywhere trying to meet them.
Yeah,
Really?
so I did.
They had like
That
meet
wasn't
and
that
greets and
famous shit.
Back
They used to do a lot of like club hostings
Okay.
and stuff
Dude, y'all
like that.
y'all know Colin, right? Colin.
Colin, yeah.
This for the long, I'll say about 2-3 years. This man had me believing that what's her name? I Run LA.
Natalie
Natalie
Nunn.
Nunn.
Had me thinking that bitch was his motherfucking mama for at least 3 years. Yes, that's my mama. Natalie, that's my mama. You see her on TV, and it just didn't never click to me like, why your mama ain't taking care of you? Why your mama ain't in your life?
Leave you here.
Why she ain't sending you no money?
She too
The
busy
age.
running LA.
The age
Don't
didn't
like-
even make sense to me.
But as somebody who's not a fan, Natalie don't look that young. So
like
I can
40
see, and you
now,
gotta see
right?
how Colin looks too, because Colin younger than us.
Mhm.
So Colin I think
And at
like
the time,
24
he was
right now. So they, at the
yeah,
time,
and he
they
was
had
only
to
like
be-
18.
I would say
Mhm.
Natalie don't necessarily look the youngest, but she don't look like she got no grown ass kid. Y'all, listen, y'all not gonna do her like
I don't know. Her
No,
attitude
I
gave
can,
me.
I can say that's not always true because like people still become teen parents.
Yeah.
Yes,
like-
they do, but she just don't look like she got no grown ass kid.
You don't. Yeah. the
We
people I
were
know
talking about her
don't look
looks.
like it.
We ain't talking about nothing else. We said her
Because
looks.
at
But
that point,
I'm
she,
saying that but my focus was more so on the possibility that it could have been his mom.
Well, that's
Mhm.
anybody. It's
So-
possible.
They was both light skinned, skinny.
He didn't have that
The
chin.
features, huh?
Colin don't got that chin, that moon.
Oh
pie
no,
ass.
he ain't got that chin. Nah,
So-
I would have never let it go.
Trash Natalie. I'm sorry. She likes her.
Embrace
I
your
like
chin,
Natalie.
Natalie. Baby.
I like Natalie. She was a
Entertaining.
good show. Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
I
She
like
was.
New York.
I like you.
New
You
York.
can come back anytime.
New York.
they all.
Me
they
and
all
Jamal
came out
typically
of New
all
York.
fake ass
agree.
New York.
But
to
she
be
was one of the
completely
ones who
honest.
did it well. There's people who did it well after New York. I think
Mhm.
Natalie, Nene,
There's a few
Jocelyn,
people. Tanisha.
Cardi.
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 Now listen,
was
you
she
know
even on
Cardi
there
so
long
love
enough,
and
though?
hip hop and parlayed it into that rap.
But was she
Cardi
on there
is
long
not a
enough?
reality TV queen to me. That's
Nah,
what I'm
she
talking
not
about.
a queen.
No, she's
Nah,
not.
she wasn't on there long enough.
I think
it was
she
like,
grew out of it.
Okay.
Yeah, she was like
Yeah.
it was like
Okay.
2 years that she was on
She's
there.
a queen of like taking it and using it to
I
her
will
advantage.
say this, though.
But it popped for her. A lot of them hoes
It
got
don't
on there
pop.
and
She
did
does.
that, and it didn't pop.
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on. She does have a queen moment though.
What?
That moment where she said, "If a bitch gonna have beef with me, she gonna have beef forever."
Oh,
That's a quotable line, not a queen line.
yeah.
I think that was a queen
That
moment.
was a quotable line.
Yeah.
But
No,
in order to be a queen,
What
like
was
that,
the
I had
reason?
several. I could think of
Yeah.
several New York lines off the top of my head, like without even thinking.
I guess.
But that's because I think people like me are literally the queen of reality TV. Where when you step outside of that, ain't much. But that's enough for her.
And
that,
she's still
that's
working
just
in
that's
reality
just dope.
TV.
Versus like
Who, New
Cardi
York?
and K Michelle could have, if they didn't have successful careers after, they would have just been known for that, and it would have been okay. But they took it beyond, and that's okay
I was
too.
actually surprised. I thought K Michelle was gonna be the only one to ever, skate off and have an actual career. But when Cardi did what she did, I was shocked.
I think she didn't because of the fact that her going back to reality the way she did.
Who came?
Yeah.
All right, now look.
with her bitch ass.
And then the thing, I'm gonna tell you the only reason I actually, well, not the bitch ass part. The only reason I agree with what he said is just because the album that she did after she left again, I didn't really fuck with it like that. Like the more issues than Vogue or whatever.
That was the last one.
Every single fucking song on there I loved. But on the next couple albums after she left again, I only liked a couple songs.
Well, I will say to me,
So I can kinda
musically,
agree with
she hasn't switched up. I could see
She hasn't
that.
switched up. I just didn't
If
like
you
what
like
she
not
did.
a fan like that. Well, because you were. So I mean, I see his perspective more so than yours because we was like, came and shit.
I'm still such a writer for her though, but I just did not fuck with them albums.
The last
Or
two.
one or the last
think
two.
She just talked too much shit for me.
Oh no, I like shit talking. Hold on, stop
I
that.
like shit talking to
I was
a
just
point.
quoting that bitch earlier. Bitch, the bitch is shaking the table.
I'm more of a the girl. Damn, why am I at a blank right now? Rashida type of shit talker.
Oh,
Oh,
enjoy.
wow.
My name is Sheila. I rap like Shawty Love.
Not
You know what?
You know, I grew up on Rashida, so I'm like,
you know
I love
I
Rashida.
would agree with you on that, but Rashida did not stay consistent. She
Rashida's songs are
Hold on.
trash. Let's be honest.
we're not talking about her songs. I'm
Oh.
talking about her on the show and her attitude as far as being the boss chick.
Mm-hmm.
At first, when her and K Michelle first started beefing and stuff like that, she took the high road. She was taking the boss role.
Yeah.
And then she tried to start acting like she was hard, like she would fight a bitch.
Yeah.
And that's where she lost a lot
I
of
can't
people.
see that switch
Because let's
up.
be clear. You ain't gonna bust no great baby, and we know it. Stop playing
Girl,
with
when
us,
K Michelle
bitch.
threw that candle at her,
Stop playing
I was
with
like,
us.
if she really wanted to get
She
her, she
fucking
could.
with the wrong bitch that
She
Meet
was
me
right
outside.
here, and she waited for
Even
security
after
to
that,
buck up. Like,
she
girl,
had
fuck
plenty
outta here.
instances after that on other seasons.
But
and
she
shit.
ain't finna fuck up her money.
But don't act like you are.
But don't act like you hard. Then
Then-
stay
then
consistent.
stay-
Stay
yeah,
that
stay
boss
in your
chick.
lane.
or fight at the reunion where you can
Like Mimi,
Like-
consistent.
like-
Mimi always chill. You throw a drink on Mimi, she like you a bum bitch.
Now
You
Mimi
got me
did stay
fucked
consistent.
up.
And now that's
You always
that's
calm.
who I fuck with. Mimi the type of bitch, she gonna sit there and eat her burrito while y'all were there fighting. and
Mimi
shit.
scare me because
She be too damn calm.
she do. I think that
Them
bitch should
calm
kill a
ones,
bitch.
yes, them calm ones, you gotta watch them.
Mm-hmm.
But Rashida, baby, stay consistent. If you're gonna be the boss, stay the boss. Like when she checked Kirk, baby mama Jasmine or
Mhm.
whatever, that was back on boss shit, but she had fell off.
And I think she lost a lot of respect for taking him back too.
Absolutely, she lost a
Mhm.
lot of respect from a lot of people, many
Do y'all
times.
think that should be a thing?
What?
That somebody should lose your respect for who they decide to accept in that space.
No.
I mean, it necessary. It shouldn't.
It's not your situation.
Because it's not your situation. But when you take on these type of roles, unfortunately, you
In
become
society.
role models
Yep.
to some people.
Yeah.
And Rashida was very looked up, probably the most looked up to out of all the women on that cast.
Do you think we strip away their right to be human though when we do that?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
When you become famous,
I
your
agree.
rights to be
Unfortunately,
human get
this is
stripped
how
away.
It is, though.
So
like,
as older people, because everybody here in here is over 25, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think you the oldest
I'm a
one
cougar.
between.
Hey, I'm finna say it depends on who asking. Because if they paying, then I'm only 22. Because you know, some of them don't pay for over 18. So
Oh Lord,
I'm
Lord.
keeping it real.
but I think
we
that
know them out there.
older
Real wet.
people, the fact that we know this, I could take it from the 21, 18, 19-year-olds who don't have no life experiences. So we all have lived and made mistakes and have been judged for them. And so I think that we could be a little bit more compassionate sometimes.
My thing is,
Except for with the baby.
we didn't talk. See, my thing is that's a deal breaker for me. You bring a child in our shit out of wedlock, like then that's a deal breaker for me. But I will say this though, in defense of them, because I was gonna say this anyway. I watched them on the love and marriage retreat or some shit. It seems like they are in a really good place now. Like they really overcame that bullshit of the past. So for Rashida's sake and for Kirk's sake, really, because he was the scum of the earth around the whole world.
Mhm.
Like, I hope that it's for real.
He really wasn't.
Well,
Yep.
he was the same earth, but then Safari came along.
Safari.
But
That's a whole.
in his
Because a lot of niggas looked at him like, oh, you had a bitch get pregnant and you still with your main bitch? Oh, and she still rocking with you? Oh, okay. So, yeah.
I mean, he did tell her he didn't want a baby.
Yeah, it's a lot to handle, and then to get past those things, like where it seems like Rashida and Kurt are, you gotta really go through
Put in
some
work.
stuff.
This man cheated on her on national TV.
More than once.
Because it's emotional.
Right? And then got a bitch
What a
pregnant.
setup for it.
Uh-huh.
The setup for
She
the
was pregnant, knew she was pregnant, and moved her into their building.
And you have to remember when she got pregnant, his guilt had him accusing her of cheating on him, and he
Uh-huh.
questioned the paternity of his own child.
Not even just that, he
Wow.
got he did a paternity test on the show.
Manipulation at its finest.
Yeah, so and then all that shit with her mama and like he done did some low down shit.
That's all what matters, mama, when she ran over that motorcycle.
I wasn't either, honestly.
I wish everybody everywhere would run over a motorcycle.
Yeah, but
like
that's
I
why
said,
you can't
for they
put
sake,
past.
I really hope that
Can't put nothing past
things
anybody.
are different now because he was showing his ass.
Boy, at
and it's
this
hard to
point,
consider her a boss after all that.
at this point, if he leave her, she gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they done invested in
You gotta
even
wait
more
till she ready to
businesses
go,
since
bro.
then. Like,
You gotta wait till she done with it, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what
Man.
at this
Leave
point,
her,
that's what I
it's
feel like
over.
she see it as. It's just a business transaction. I can get more with him than without him.
Shit, quiet as it's kept. I think Beyonce is in the same boat.
What you say about
but-
Beyonce?
All the lights shut off. Man.
Lord, the internet shut down and the beehive is coming to get
I'm
us.
telling you.
Lord Jesus, he trying to get us
I
killed.
can't move.
yeah.
The Beehive has attacked me before, and if I was famous, I'd say the exact same thing. Everybody is not a super fan of Beyonce. Beyonce is not trash to me. I'll be talking when I say that. But Beyonce is not the greatest thing since sliced bread to me either, and I'm not going to pretend that everything
I'm
she
not a
does
part
is
of the
great because y'all
Beehive.
do. I'm not.
I'm a fan, but I'm not a part of the beehive.
Shit,
I'm a
I don't even
part
get
of
it. Nikki has done some stuff. I'm like, that ain't it, sis. So you know what I'm saying? Why would I do that for Beyonce? And I stand.
I ain't no
But I
fan,
guess-
but
yeah.
I'm proud of their
Yeah.
work ethic.
And
Right,
even with
definitely.
True.
Nikki, her not necessarily doing anything, but you also know and understand why people love her so
Yeah.
much too.
Yeah, I
At
get
the
why
same
other
time.
people
some
love
of
her.
our
It just wasn't
favorite
for me.
artists come from them.
Yeah.
Especially when you got hoes like Doja.
That's a whole Nikki clone.
Really, Ruchi
But can't
remind
nobody-
me of Nikki too.
Can't nobody do it like
influence is
Doja
felt-
though. Her versatility ain't like
Doja
Doja's.
is versatile as Nikki
Versatile
is.
as fuck.
And I feel like when Nikki said these bitches is my sons, she
Mhm.
really birthed her son in
Mhm.
Doja.
Mhm.
Doja is
Cause
Nicki's son.
Doja's
Hilarious.
album back from when we were in high school,
Yeah.
nothing like the music she make today. Nothing. Everything was so high. Like nothing
Yeah.
like it.
But the Queen's influence, you
Mhm.
cannot deny.
Absolutely.
It's like
And
you
it's-
can't deny
it's the
Beyonce's,
same
whether you like her or
Beyonce.
not. And you
Mhm.
can't deny Rihanna's
Yeah.
either. Because I feel like
But
Rihanna
ain't
helped
nobody
usher
biting
in-
on Rihanna shit
No,
like
these
that.
new R&B girls,
They ain't biting on Rihanna.
That's
this
because we
melodic-
don't have nothing.
Listen to Rihanna Anti. It came out in 2016, and then listen to a new R&B song from her or Jasmine Sullivan.
Yeah,
That tells me that
nothing.
Rihanna don't have influence. Yes, she do, because R&B didn't sound like that. It didn't sound futuristic. It didn't sound that melodic. It sounded like it sounded like K.
The
Michelle
psychedelic
music.
sound?
Yeah, like I feel like Rihanna
Yes, it
contributed to that.
did.
No, it didn't.
Outkast contributed to that shit.
But Rihanna made it mainstream. You have to give her.
I could
credit.
say Rihanna made it mainstream, and then but there also were women around, but
Because
who
Brian
didn't get
Bryson
it?
Tiller, was doing his stuff
There
too.
was people like Solange who was out. There's people like who were
Solange
doing
was
alternative,
more
Yeah.
neo-soul.
alternative
And
R&B.
Kanye
Yeah.
really pushed that
Absolutely.
spectrum of
He
alternative.
did too, but you
and
can't
rock.
take
Alternative-
Rihanna's credit either.
But I'm just saying,
I just want
like,
some current music for Rihanna. I don't give a fuck about none of these motherfuckers that's talking about. Bitch, can we get some current music, please?
I'm making $1
It's
billion
got
off of you
announced today that
wanting
Rihanna
it.
is a billionaire now.
Right,
Because
she's
of
a
50
billionaire.
Skinny makeup, though. I want some music. Fuck that. I don't care. I don't care.
No,
She probably gonna release
She's
it.
still
I don't
under
care.
contract.
I want music.
She's still under contract.
Girl, hurry
Just
up,
like
girl.
Nicki, we got more
Please.
albums to come.
Nicki got one
One more. I think
all
Rihanna had one more.
all
Yeah,
I
she got
need
her
is just
contract.
one more. I just started liking you when you took your break. God damn. Shit.
Honestly, it wasn't until the album before Anti that I really got into her. Yes,
Me
that's
and
the
her
one
kept
with the
going back and
with the
forth.
I don't want to see him die anymore.
Unfaithful.
That was a while ago.
No, is that not that album?
That was the Unfaithful album.
Oh, that album is when I got into her.
So that was Good Girl Gone Bad, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was with
No, that was
her.
A Girl Like Me. Or Music of the
Ooh, A Girl Like Me was my
With
album.
Unfaithful on there?
Unfaithful was Music of the Sun.
Was this Music of the
was.
Sun?
Then you liked her since
No,
their
no,
second
no, no.
album. Who?
Music of the Sun
Music.
was first. A Girl Like Me, Unfaithful was on. So that's
Yes.
the second
Yeah.
album. That's
Oh,
before
okay.
Yes.
You've been
Then
like
Because
that's
that,
when I
actually.
started liking
I only
her
liked
then.
them first 2 albums, and then the next 2, I only liked a couple singles.
Well, I would say in that album I liked a couple singles, but after that, and I think it's because I got older too, I started listening to whole albums.
Yeah, I
But
can
once
agree.
she started reeling me in with Rude Boy, and then what sold
I
me
still
was
wasn't there. I still wasn't
she
there.
pulled me in some more with Bitch Better Have My Money.
I was there.
I used to feel that going to work like y'all motherfuckers
Yes.
better
I
have
don't
my
know if
shit.
you remember.
Cake.
But Rihanna came out right before our freshman year of high school. So we went to high school when the replay was all the rave or whatever, right? So
Yeah.
I hated Rihanna up into...
I know because you
Umbrella.
hated her when I loved her.
I hated her until Umbrella. And then Umbrella reeled me in. I bought the Good Girl Gone Bad album.
Yeah, see.
But she stole Chris Brown fans too.
Well, she didn't ask him to be on... Well, she kind of did.
Right.
She kind of did.
Well, and I'll say this too is I guess the musical, my musical opinion. It's cool about artists like Rihanna who are one of the most successful artists in the last decade, and those type of artists. It's cool to see because you can start liking them at different points versus other artists like who've been out for whatever or release them every whatever. You don't get into it because I knew who Rihanna was during the first 2 albums. She was doing dance hall stuff. I wasn't into it. I started paying attention to her doing Good Girl Gone Bad, but I didn't start liking her till probably pretty much when Rude Boy and stuff like that. But I definitely paid attention to her when she started doing like edgy stuff and started to do the music that she wanted to do.
The edgier stuff is when I really like Needy Me.
Yep.
And,
I went back and forth because I started liking her on Good Girl Gone Bad, and I liked her on Rated R. But then when she released Loud, I was really against the EDM thing when it first started. I embraced
Loud.
it later.
I
But
never
Loud
did.
came out right at the peak
Is that
of
the
it.
that?
I never embraced the
it did.
EDM.
Oh yeah.
I hated
I
that
couldn't
song.
get into
Techno.
But
Oh my
what's my
God.
name?
But that was the era of dubstep.
Right, it
Yeah,
That was the
And
era
I
of
hated
dubstep.
that
Yeah.
But I hated it when
era.
it first started. I embraced it eventually. But when it first started and that album first came out, I
Yeah.
was like trash. Though.
But
I still hate
Kanye
that
did
shit.
that. Kanye did
And I
that.
hated his
Kanye
album
started.
like
we're not
that
gonna
too.
we're
Yes,
not gonna rob
Kanye
Lady
did
Gaga
that.
her influence either.
And I
making
hated
that.
her album
Bro.
like that too.
Whatever. Lady Gaga stole a lot of shit, but anyways.
Well, first of all, everybody's stealing shit. It's nothing new under the sun. So all of this shit is stolen and recycled. What we were going through in the early 2010s was basically a repeat of the 80s. It was the same type of music that
80s,
I mean,
70s,
that's
50s,
Beyonce shit though.
The 40s.
Like Beyonce's don't let the 80s go in everything she do.
Yeah, she always got little fuckers.
Oh
horns
man,
and shit.
I'm telling you, Beyonce do not let the 80s
Beyonce,
go.
I just want you to have a personality. That's it. That's all. I don't know.
But it's hard. I think
What do you
know.
mean?
It's
What
hard
do
when
you
you
mean?
are. I mean, but it's because there's other people who we see more of a personality. But yeah, when you are
But she
super
gonna
super
give you a
successful
show.
like that,
You don't need- you don't.
It comes with some of
I
that.
don't want a machine.
You don't think so? Jay-Z funny as a motherfucker to me.
Jay-Z is funny. He's funny. You watch his
Yeah.
interviews, he's funny. And he's very sarcastic, which I love.
He is, but he
But
very
that's a personality
bland.
trait.
Very
you know what I'm
bland.
saying? Funny is like a personality trait.
And
So-
I just think that's a New York nigga for you. Like,
While we talking about our New York shit, did y'all watch the Versus?
no.
With who?
With who?
It was The Locks
I
and
caught that right at the end.
and Dipset.
Girl, you gonna
No,
ask my
I didn't
ass
see that.
watch.
I didn't, but I'm gonna go back and watch it.
Wait,
I-
the
I
Locks and
respect it
Dipset.
all.
Ain't
They
Dipset
did.
like
I don't
2000?
even know who the Knox is. I
They,
know who
yeah,
Dipset is.
they do plenty 2000s.
But the
people.
Locks is more 90, ain't it? Or is that 2002?
No, they're 2000s.
I only know
Damn.
Styles P and
They
Jay-Z.
90s and 2000s,
Okay.
honestly.
What's the
But
most
wait,
popular
didn't Styles
song
P
that
come
I-
out in the 80s
You
though?
would have to hear it. I don't think you would know if I said the name, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
And Wild Out would be the two you would know.
What's how while I go?
See? See? You gotta hear it, like I said.
I'm taking a quick break while you look up this song. Oh, you ain't gonna take a break until the library already. I wanted to talk about the baby before I left.
Oh, we finna wrap it up.
Yeah.
Anyway. We can,
Speaking of
We
sex
can wrap
work,
it up with that.
now I'm going to be charging.
Dick in the parking lot.
Charge.
We the people are charging the baby with telling on himself.
Yes, the baby. I want $10,000 to suck your dick in the parking lot.
If that's what it's given.
I don't need that much though, cause you fine enough.
Right. That's what it's given.
Swizzy.
Yeah, don't know that.
Number 2.
The reason I asked was I was having a deep conversation on my page. And somebody was comparing Lil Nas to the
Oh
Baby.
Lord.
No.
That comparison, that
what
comparison
T.I.
makes
said?
no
The
sense.
comparison was that,
Somebody tried that with me today.
Gay people could cancel the baby. Straight people should be able to cancel the Lil Nas.
Gay people
it's like-
aren't canceling the baby. People living with HIV are canceling the baby. You. This
for
is the
saying that.
whole culture, the whole society that's affected by this disease. And you started out with saying, if you ain't here with HIV or any STD that's finna kill you in 2 to 3 weeks, do you know how miseducational that was? Like, and all the work that people in HIV have been doing for the last 50, 60 years, you just said, oh, fuck that.
Set us all the way back.
All the way.
I feel like putting that down watching Rent.
The baby look like a. Are you talking about the baby on yourself? I'm just playing.
Yes, so that comment on top, and so let's go back to the comparison. The comparison makes no sense because so you're basically why first you have to ask the questions like, so why are you trying to cancel Lil Nas X in the first place? Because you're uncomfortable with his sexuality, which is not a valid reason to cancel anybody, and that speaks to your problem and stuff like that. So how are you comparing that to anything that the baby said,
Well,
which
to
is
be fair-
uneducational, misleading, misinformed, and like basically an attack on people? And that's just the first comment, because I feel like he isn't really getting as much flack for the last one, because that's when people are like, well, he just said his opinion, because you can be proud to be straight and embrace that without putting down other people, because your comment could have been, if you getting pussy, raise your hands, not if you not a nigga sucking dick in the parking lot,
Right.
Raise your phone, because what's wrong if there's men in the parking lot
Right.
sucking dick? And that's why it's a difference.
And gay people wouldn't have counseled him for just saying that shit.
I know many gay people that didn't care.
It's cancel culture.
Not for the baby. I feel like it's totally different.
You feel like, right, you're not gonna make money off of a person because of what they're saying and how they're presenting themselves. Of course, businesses are going to react. The baby is now
A business.
It's a brand, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're a business, people have the right to accept your services, whether or not you are somebody that they approve of. People can deny supporting you, and that's what's happening.
That's just
He's
like
getting all that support taken away because you're
And that's-
spewing
and
with ignorant knowledge.
Yeah.
I hate this even with this whole freedom of speech things. Freedom of speech does not mean freedom of consequences.
Yeah.
So just 'cause you can
Exactly.
say whatever you want to say. Nobody said he could. They didn't cut his mic off. They let him talk.
they let him talk,
So,
right?
Did nobody say that he couldn't say what he wanted to say, but what he said, I have a right to feel also the way I want to feel about it. And if these organizations feel the same way, then that's their right too.
Because he offended more than
Firmly
one
bring that.
group of people.
Yeah.
Because not every person with HIV is gay.
Yep.
Period.
And then for your comeback video, for your explanation video, you said the gay people and
I ain't even
my
try
gay
to watch
fans that's in the audience ain't living with HIV. They ain't these
Like,
nasty
how the fuck you know they
motherfuckers that's
status,
out here.
Bro
Like,
with
that's
the
the
crop
most
top,
ignorant
like,
shit.
Yeah,
you don't
bro
even
with
know
the
he
crop
gay.
top, right? Like what
Men
the
wear
fuck?
those things at festival
For
wear
real, for
is
real.
like
I've
wild.
seen so many straight dudes now with the smaller shorts. Like it's
You can't
ridiculous.
assume that based off what a nigga is
Not
wearing.
at all.
Fuck out of here.
I don't understand it. Like, you know what I mean?
The fact that he associated with nastiness, though, like,
Yeah, that's
people
what
aren't
fucked
born
me
with
up.
it, or people don't trust their partners,
Right.
and are
All of
infected
that.
because
All of that.
The assumption is, oh, you must be promiscuous, and even if you are, don't shame that either.
Right.
We're not shaming that neither. Two consenting adults doing what they want to do as often as they want to do it in these streets, like we talk
That's
about
they
sex work.
motherfucking
That's their
business.
motherfucking business, and they know the
Exactly.
risk. And if it happens to them, they don't make them nasty.
Yep, and
Because,
Exactly.
it could be the person that's promiscuous. This could be the person that's born with it. It
Yep.
could be the person breastfeeding from their mom. It could be the
Yep.
person trusting their partner.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, and I'm and like we just said, what you said earlier is like you can say whatever you want, but that doesn't mean it's no consequences. So the fact that people are like, well, why can't we just educate? It's fine. There probably are people who
He
try.
didn't want to be educated.
He
didn't want to
didn't.
be
Double down.
educated.
He didn't. Exactly.
Google is very accessible right
Very.
now.
Yes.
His little iPhone.
And is that much more okay to like if people don't want to educate you or don't want to take the time to tell you or feel like whatever, just go. You go. It's the same way if somebody called your mama a hoe, you could probably educate them or you can not fuck with them ever again. And like you're canceled out of my life.
Right.
This
It's
is
as
my
simple
thing.
as
When
that.
you get backlash like that, it's like when white people when white people started to become conscious last year, right? When everybody wanted to, and they wanted us to teach them. That's not my job. I have enough burden to carry living as a black man.
It's too many
Educate
history
yourself.
books.
Yeah.
And if you have questions about the education that you're reading up on, then come to me.
Yes.
But you do the work first. So ain't no educate me. Educate
Yes.
yourself.
Right.
Put in the effort, and then if you have questions,
You
I'll
look
help
up
you.
anything else you want to know.
Hello?
We live
Right.
in a time where knowledge is literally in your
Right. What
At
is
your
white
fingertips
supremacy?
at
What
all
is
times.
Because
you
when,
know,
because
there's
when
no
you get pulled
excuse.
over, they ain't gonna let you go because you gonna say, "Oh, I didn't know the law."
Exactly.
No.
Ignorance of the law it doesn't excuse you
It
from being
doesn't.
persecuted.
A good example is as a bank teller, we have the right to refuse service to a customer if they acting a fool. If you come in there acting a fool, being disrespectful or some shit, I have the right to tell you I'm not gonna do your transaction. You can go to another branch. Have
I'm
a
not
nice
working
day.
with your negative account
You know what I
anyway.
mean? Like we have the right. We have the right to refuse.
Your actions have consequences.
Yeah.
And I think he didn't realize that when he doubled down, not once, not twice, but 3 times.
And it was the
And made
baby.
it worse. And then that apology that came out,
Yeah.
the one that his
Wasn't
publicist put out.
Yeah.
He
that
finally
one
got
pissed me
one,
off the
basically.
most
Because we know he don't talk like
I
that.
know you didn't write that
Yes.
shit.
Yep.
Right.
You know, and another thing that's really been heightening the situation is all the celebrities that's coming out saying their opinions and shit. Whether
I.e.
it's for
Boosie
him,
and T.I.
whether it's for him or against him. Chris Brown said something, but he was against him. But we feel like, all right, nigga. you
You might want to not say.
you've
right.
been calm for a few years, but
Yeah.
you
That's
still
why he
shouldn't
said
say
it the way he
that.
said
Sit
it.
this one out, Chris.
Yeah.
We appreciate it, but sit this
Because
one out.
we let your gay shit
T.I.,
go.
my nigga, you still in court. Sit this one out,
Yeah, you might
bruh.
wanna
He don't
worry
need
about
you backing him. You
Bro,
making the
accusing you.
situation worse.
Way
Let's keep
worse.
it 100.
Boosie,
You don't need to be a-
You need to sit out gay
Oh
topics,
my
period.
God.
Forever.
Boosie needs to
Fucking
shut the
gay.
fuck up forever. I used to be such a
Bussy,
huge fan
Mr.
of yours.
Bussy,
He
Mr.
need-
Bussy.
Bussy. Bussy. Yes.
come out the closet.
Exactly.
Yes.
Ooh.
That Bussy got-
Right.
He like boy pussy.
Yes.
That's
And
why we call him Bussy.
And there's that other point of like we said, like these whole thing when they talk about gay people, they talk to Lil Not all these problems. Lil Boosie made a thing like, you know, in 10 years, people, it's gonna be,
being straight won't be
yeah.
normal. What?
It's like all these straight people are continuing to comment on things that don't pertain or
They ain't got nothing to do
LGBT
with your
issue
ass.
things. So why? And you don't see gay people worried about what you're
look at
talking
those straight
about or
people.
what
Why
you're
the fuck
doing.
They kissing
I
out
don't
That's
here?
wanna
my
take away
point.
Your right to be married.
Right.
I don't want you not to be treated like an equal human.
I don't
I'm
want
just
you to
trying to
not
exist.
I don't want you to not adopt kids because you can't have kids.
Said something
normally.
About, they didn't say. Oh, well, you get yours in.
Alright, so after Brittany's birthday party and after Jamal's birthday party, Brittany came to me and was like,
He was too.
yeah, no, Terrell came to me and was like, Doug, how can you be around so many gay people? It's like, they're people. You know what I mean? What y'all do don't affect me.
Just because they don't see the
respect
people.
y'all just as much as y'all respect me. You know what I mean? Y'all tend to calm down when I'm around, and I appreciate that. Even then,
I wasn't there, but
but even then, if it gets too much, I know when to step away.
Yeah.
It was at your barbecue, actually.
Don't affect me.
Right.
You feel me? Like it's like saying to a white person, how can you be around so many black people? We're all-
But that's just why they don't see them as people.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, they don't
Nope, they don't see us as people.
That's
Mm-mm.
yeah, and just realizing that like what another person does doesn't affect me or it's not gonna make me uncomfortable. All LGBT people are trying to do is just exist because we've been here as long as
Been
everybody
here.
else. We've been here,
Been
but we
here.
never had the space to do that.
And as black people, we should not marginalize each other.
Absolutely.
And that's what I don't like about Pan-Africanism. Like, I'm all for it. Like, Dr. Umar Johnson, I'm all for him, right? But when he get to talking on why gay people are, and it's because of slavery and all this
Oh
other
my
shit.
That's
God.
the opposite
Are
of
you
Pan
serious?
African.
You not finna
We were
take out my
sodomized by our
life.
slave masters. He
Yeah.
feel like we were sodomized by our slave masters.
Yeah.
And they are the reason.
But it's
I
like,
have
no,
known
bro,
this man
you aren't.
But he's a fraud, and I won't get into that
I've known this
because I'm still waiting on
man
his school to open up and the money that he
before
raised.
he
on his
ever
school.
thought
Oh.
about dating anybody, before he ever thought about having a crush. This man was born gay.
Period.
Dead ass.
Umar Johnson.
No,
No, the
Who?
Donnie.
Oh.
Donna Akeem
I'm
Clay.
like,
Umar
Umar
what he had
Johnson.
to say. This man was born gay.
Yeah.
Until Umar opens up his school and he ain't got shit.
Yeah, he ain't got
Yeah.
shit to say because
True shit. Man, they ain't
But I
funding
wanna
that
say
school.
one thing
That
about
made
Lil-
me mad.
Lil-
I be getting offended. Like I'm an ally of the community. That should be
Mhm.
upsetting me.
Child,
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
just want to say one more thing because I know we
Mhm.
running late on time, and I
Yeah.
just want to say this
Yes,
about Lil
God.
Nas X comparison. Like, if Lil Nas X can express himself, the baby should be able to express himself. And I wholeheartedly disagree with that sentiment because
Yep.
Lil Nas X is not trying to marginalize or take anything away from people. He's simply trying to exist. He's simply trying to be in a space to be himself. And if it's like with women being provocative, right? If you don't like it, then you monitor what your children watch.
Nobody
you
ever
don't
said
watch it.
anything
Right.
about Madonna
Like,
kissing
why
Britney Spears.
did-
Yes.
honestly, no, they did though. They did.
They
They
But they
did.
did, but
Yeah.
not at the same capacity.
Nuh-uh.
But they did. But my thing is, if you don't like something, don't watch it. When it comes to women being provocative,
I
like,
just
watch a lot of
hate.
backlash.
I just hate
Don't
when they
watch it.
bring the kids into it. You are the parent, but you're allowing your
Look,
child
let me tell
to
you
watch
something. Go to sleep,
adult
baby.
shows. Adult shows,
I
but
mean,
then
we
you
watch our
complaining.
adult
I watch adult shows
Like
as a
what?
kid, and I watch a lot of straight people kissing and hunching and having
Fucking-
sex, and they make
Absolutely.
me fucking straight.
Adult
And that's
Swim.
my next
Okay.
point too.
Fucking adults
Thank you.
watching straight porn did not make
Yeah.
me straight. I still
Let me
watch
tell you
straight
something.
porn and it
I
doesn't
started
make
watching
me
porn
straight.
early because my grandfather used to leave it on the TV from the night before, and I was always the first
Damn.
one in the basement after him.
Damn, what's
So
she
I started watching
doing?
porn real early. It ain't do shit.
Shit, my uncles used
Ain't
to watch
alter
that shit with
It
me.
ain't
Yeah,
do
there was
shit.
tapes around.
I'm
and-
telling you.
I didn't start. I mean,
From
I
my
started
neighbors.
fucking early, but not as
You
early
know,
as the other
I
bitches.
feel like every
in my
generation
school.
of kids get smarter. So, like, just like we was sneaking and doing stuff our parents had no idea about, you can protect your kids all you want, but I'm telling you, there's a will, there's a way. If
Yep.
a kid is curious about something, they will find out. And if
Yep.
your child
Yeah.
is innately gay, it's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
If they're innately straight, it's nothing you can do about it.
Exactly.
Your child's sexuality, I feel like,
Because
is
I
not
was born
influenced
boy
by outside
crazy.
culture. Hello.
I was
Nah,
born,
and-
but I can remember being like 3-4 years old talking about having a boyfriend, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
But
Yeah.
shit, don't count me out. I still want a girlfriend one
Exactly,
day.
and that speaks to the thing.
Really?
Don't
He
count
tripped
me
me
out.
out talking about some fucking
Right.
Shit.
bitches.
And as much as it's okay to know exactly what you want, there's also power in not knowing and finding out. Like, I didn't discover that I was into guys right away,
Mhm.
and it's okay if people who know that right from the beginning, and it's so people who might discover that later in life. It's power in all of it because it is a spectrum, and it's okay.
Yeah, and that's
Basically,
why.
who people having sex with is really
Ain't
nobody
nobody
else's
else
Nobody's
business.
business.
Yeah. And that's why I
Whether
do
they
what I
doing
do.
it for a living to get their rent paid, or they just doing it just for the fuck of it. It ain't your goddamn business.
Yeah, and that's why I do what I do. Like,
Mind the business that
as
pays
a
you,
formal introduction, like later.
We gonna leave soon too. We
For the
about to
second
wrap
time.
it up.
Oh yeah, as a formal introduction, I am Core the Advocate. I advocate for
That's right.
sex positivity as a means for increased sexual education
That's
and
right.
for the normalization of living with HIV and for equity for Black people. Simple.
Period.
It ain't simple, but
There's actually more
I'm
to
sorry,
it,
y'all,
but
we twins. We
Right.
can't
This
help
thing
it.
all day today though, more than usual.
It's weird.
but yeah, sex posit up. Have
Yeah.
more conversation and communicate more about
That's
sex,
right.
because that's all sex is.
I
It's a
actually,
communication.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but I saw a status today where this guy, I guess he said that he, in the past, he used to make bitches get tested before they will fuck, and motherfuckers used to say he was doing too much. But now a lot of them same bitches is starting to like test their partners more. I don't understand why that hasn't always been a thing. When me and Doug first met, that was the first thing we did because we had both just gotten out of relationships or whatever. So we was like, we don't know what these other motherfuckers was on because my nigga was cheating on me. His bitch was questionable. So we was like, let's go together.
Accountability, though. That's what
And I was
testing
gonna
is.
say, I feel like
Accountability.
testing in general, and this is just my opinion, in a lot of straight communities, I think historically has not been talked about because my mom, I didn't know what the hell getting a test was at all until I had to find out. Or the only thing, only thing you were worried about growing up was just not getting a girl pregnant.
Yeah.
In that.
That's
in
all
that.
you're taught. That's all sex.
The pull-out method.
Didn't exist, or
Yeah.
it didn't exist. I didn't even know about this stuff until being grown. Like all I heard was HIV and pregnancy. That's what my mom was worried about. I don't want to get
He said people like to deal with the unknown.
When she went back to school while we were, this her calling me now. I gotta get ready to go.
Right, come get this baby.
We were when we were in school, she started going back to college, and she had to take a sex education course because she's a social worker. And she would come and she would talk to me about every single page, child, every single page.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting extremely educated.
Child,
At some point.
that's the luck of the draw. Because
At some point, I was already fucking
didn't
when she
ask
did
me
it.
about
still.
whether or not I was having sex until I was 18. And I had started having, I wasn't giving oral sex. I started receiving oral sex at 13 years old. So from 13 to 18, I never had sexual intercourse. I was just receiving head from much older men. Yeah. But when I turned 18, I had my first actual sexual encounter. And it was well after that she asked me, like, are you having sex? It's time to sit down and talk about it. I'm like, girl,
it's too late. And that's why STDs and HIV, I don't want to say, that's why they run rampant in our community, because we aren't having sex outside of our community. We ain't going to Chicago. We go to Chicago.
We're not going to different
but
races.
we're not going to different races and different social groups to have sex and date other people. So our chances of getting these things are higher because we dipping in that pool. It's like, okay, this is a pool of gonorrhea. This is a pool of syphilis. Right. More of the people have it than they don't, and it's a rising. And so, if I'm gonna dip in this pool, I got a higher chance of getting it.
Absolutely.
But people ain't thinking.
And then
like
you're
that.
dealing with a bunch of people who equally don't know or weren't educated on, or weren't, parents didn't talk about it and stuff like that. You have to find these things out the hard way because. The only thing I ever heard about sex was just you better not be having sex.
Mm-hmm.
That part.
That's
oh
it.
My God.
You better not be having sex.
I love my mama to death, and I'm going to say this, and then I'm about to cut out on y'all, but my mama, she used to come to me, and she'd be like, you can tell me anything. We can talk about it. When you ready to have sex, we can go to the clinic. And then the very next day, she would be like, bitch, if you had sex, I would go motherfucking that. So once I finally started fucking, I didn't know which mama I was going to get, so I never told her until I had my miscarriage at 16, because I'm like, bitch, I can't tell you,
women,
I don't know which one I'm going to get.
So many girls that had miscarriages, or even worse, been into.
And unfortunately, my older sister was battling cancer and stuff at the time, so she couldn't really be there for me the way she wanted to be and give me the type of guidance and information that I needed. And I'll never fault her for that because having ovarian cancer at such a young age, that shit was rough. But
yeah, and that's why I think more women, especially black women, need more education around sexual health, sexual education, because
postpartum,
all of that, because it's just
all
I
not
want to
enough.
saying this in reference to black women, because I think that black women who are homophobic is the most detrimental thing that you can do to yourself, because if you want a man to be able to be comfortable and honest with his sexuality, so that he doesn't feel like he has to hide it and bring you things that he's contracted because he's he's afraid to be himself. So I definitely think that, and black women, y'all have influence, because if y'all I feel like
y'all have the greatest influence.
Because once black women accept us wholeheartedly across the board, it'll but it'll naturally progress into black men.
We don't care about nobody else's acceptance.
So in other
but
words,
black
follow
women.
the queen, the queen of the day.
Your queen, save your queen, follow your
my
queen.
Lead,
She'll never steer
baby.
you wrong.
Follow my lead.
Shout out to my best friend Tiana Bremer.
And everybody. and just love them.
Day one
love
since
us.
day one.
Dead
Yes.
ass. I get plenty.
I don't know
love.
where
feel
I
like
would be without a black
when
woman.
I say I'm the queen of the gays, I really do feel like that because they really fuck with me like that. Like,
Yeah.
and I be finding like strays, like random gays, like in random places, and I'm like, of course,
Hey.
you gravitate
Come
to
with
me.
me.
Of course you do, baby, because you know this is home right here. So ladies,
Mother.
My bosom.
mother,
Yeah.
baby, mother, come rest your head on me.
Yeah, but as we wrap up
My
episode 1 of season 3, hope everybody
episode.
enjoyed this comeback, and we like to thank Corey the Advocate, of course, for coming on and sharing his wisdom.
Where's the baby
Appreciate
looking
you.
ass?
This the good
We
baby.
trying hard not to
This
hate him.
Not the good baby.
This
This the
good
toddler.
one.
Not the baby
The other one is
Jesus.
the evil one.
the
and
toddler.
shit.
The toddler.
Nah, nigga, I think we the same age. No, just
Not the
Baby,
toddler.
my
baby
age.
like 30
Right.
something now. Huh?
Yeah, but we this was Horizontal Refreshment season 3. We'll see y'all not next Wednesday, but every
No, we will see them the last week of
Yep.
August because we're not doing a show in 2 weeks. So I'll be in Hawaii.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Hawaii.
I won't be here, but we'll do our last show the last week of August. So we'll keep y'all waiting for 3. Sorry.
All right. Well, we'll see you later.
Peace.
Deuce, deuce.